As we are talking about teachers' well-being during COVID, the memories of the previous session are still fresh when we saw teachers losing their jobs, working the kind of jobs which they were never supposed to be in, selling pakoras, taking load over their head and shoulders, doing daily wages jobs, many of them committing suicide, leaving their family behind with no source of income. The scenario started showing some good and positive signs by the mid of October and November, when gradually the lockdown was being lifted and the students started coming back to schools in some of the states. Like I'm in Punjab, so 15th October onward in Punjab as well, the students of 10th and 12th were allowed to come to school for guidance sessions. But unfortunately, when we were just assuming and hoping that everything is getting back on track and the good days have come back, we were hit hard by the second wave of COVID once again. The schools who had suffered huge losses because of non-payment of fees by majority of the parents, and who could not retain their teachers or who could not pay full salaries to the teachers, again felt doomed. The finances, which were already shaken up because of the first wave of COVID, are hit even harder at this time. So only and only sufferers, what I believe, is the staff of the schools. Yes, to some extent, managements have also suffered because they also have huge loans to repay for the institutions which they have set up. Private sector, private schools, private institutions don't get any kind of aid from government. They are self-financed bodies where each and every aspect has to be met by the school managements. And at that time, when the governments should have lent a supported hand to all the schools and school staff, unfortunately, they acted otherwise. And the schools were left on their own to pay to their staff when they were not getting the funds with which they were supposed to pay to the staff. And that's the reason, like I said, shared some of the sad repercussions of what had happened. Now, talking about the well-being, I must say that physical and social well-being is at one end and emotional well-being is at another end. If I weigh it in a balance, I do believe that the kind of emotional pain and trauma many of the teachers are going through at this moment has to be given utmost importance, and they have to be counseled well. They have to be shown the positive side of life. They have to be made to believe that the glass is still half full. It's not half empty. I especially get deeply pained when I see any teacher committing suicide. I have seen many. To all those teachers who are facing the financial crunch, my message is that your life is worth much more than what you have earned all through your life till now, and maybe what are you going to earn in future as well. I'll just share a small story. There was a person who was not happy with his life, who always felt that he is not getting what he deserves, who always felt that he is worthless, who always felt that people don't give him the due treatment which he deserves. and he wanted to commit suicide. But fortunately, he was stopped by a gentleman who asked him, "What are you going to do, maid? What are you trying to do?" He says, "I want to commit suicide." He says, "Why?" "I have a lot of financial crunch. Nobody lends me money. I have used all my resources. I am totally broke. Then what to do? I cannot survive in this world." The man asked him, "Okay, in that case, if you are that hard of money, I will offer you money, but would you please give me one eye of yours? I'll give you rupees 10,000 for that." The man said, "No, what are you talking about? It's absurd. How can I give you my eye?" Okay, sir. The man said, "Fine, 10,000 is less. You want to give me both of your eyes? I'll give you 20,000 rupees." Again, the man said, "Are you mad? How can I give you my eyes? How will I see the world?" Okay, gentleman said, "I'll give you another option. You give me one of your hands. I'll give you 50,000 rupees." The person said, "No, I cannot." "Okay, you give me your other hand. I'll give you 50,000. "No, I can't." "Okay, you give me both your hands. I'll give you 2 lakh rupees." "No, I can't." "Okay, what about your legs? For rupees 1 lakh each." "No, sorry, I cannot." "Okay, give me one of your kidneys. I'll give you 2 lakh rupees for that." "No, I cannot." Then the gentleman asked, "You are dying for a few thousand rupees shortage. Have you ever thought that God has given you this whole body, which is worth crores of rupees? The only thing is, you are not utilizing it properly. Committing suicide is coward's job, is the easiest thing to do. The mettle of a man is challenged when he fights adversities and comes out as a winner. So I would like to request all the teachers, if at all you get any kind of negativity, if at all you ever think of doing this kind of stuff, please remember this story which I told you. Your body, your mind, your intellect is worth crores of rupees. It may be that you don't know your potential. The way in Ramayana, Lord Hanuman, he did not know his potential, but once made to realize by somebody, he did wonders. And you all can do. You are the COVID warriors. With due respect to all the doctors and the police people and everybody who is working in the field, you people are not working less than anybody. Nobody was prepared for such a change which was forced on us because of COVID. We were not technologically advanced. We were not ready for online education. But still, each and every teacher across the world learned and improved and came up to the level which was required to make the online education successful across the world. And who has done it? It's only you people. So if you could do this, fighting all the kinds of restrictions which were there, having the lack of resources, managing your own internet and data and mobile devices, encouraging the teachers, students, and the parents to attend those classes, increasing the attendance percentage in those classes, getting positive remarks across the world, then what else you can't do? You can. Just believe in yourself that you can, and you will do each and everything. I salute all the teachers across the world. We principals are nothing without you people. You are the soldiers who are fighting on ground. We are generals, definitely. We give command, but the execution of that command is in your hands. So I would request with folded hands, please do not get disheartened. Do not lose hope that days will come, good days will come, the time will change. The only thing which you have to do is to have the courage the patience and the willpower to survive through these odds. And believe me, we all will. Please keep yourself positively motivated and work for future. Whatever you can to get that livelihood for your family. Don't hesitate. Go ahead. Again, the time will change. The tables will turn, and we will be back in the schools with all our little kiddos coming to us, hugging us, being happy, and making us happy. And I think that we all teachers can also contribute by maybe spending nothing. I'll just share one example. In a bus, there were a lot of people, the bus was full, and there was a person, whenever somebody would come next to him, he will offer his seat to that person. So whenever a passenger will get on board and will not find a seat, that person will offer the seat. So when the next person will get up, leave the seat, he will sit down, and he will keep following this practice. So other passengers were seeing this thing happening, and they asked him, "Are you mad? You are getting a seat and you are again and again leaving for the other person." He says, "I am traveling in this bus, whether sitting or standing, that doesn't make much difference for me. But the kind of effort which I am making is helping people without spending anything from my pocket. I'm not spending anything for them. I have also bought the ticket. They have also bought the tickets. But I am able to do some help to mankind by just doing this small bit of help from my side, offering them a seat." So I just want to say that all the teachers also can help and contribute, maybe financially as well, to all the other teachers in such simple ways as subscribing to the YouTube channels of each other. And if they have the data free, they can maybe switch on the videos once in a while and let the videos be playing. Such a simple thing, and maybe it will not cost even a single penny to any teacher, because all of us are having free data. We have subscribed to the plans in which we can afford to watch some videos of some teachers. How would it matter if you will subscribe to the YouTube channels of all the teachers who are sending you requests? Everybody is struggling. Everybody is struggling. We are fighting hard to survive a battle. This is a battle of survival. We all have to survive. And just small little contributions from everybody's side will matter a lot. Every drop counts in making an ocean. So the idea which I'm throwing, please ponder over this idea. It's not, I'm not asking you to contribute financially. I'm not asking you to make a bank in which you will be sharing 10% or 20% of your earnings, and we will be paying out of that. It's free. It's free of cost help which you can do. I receive so many requests from many teachers across India. They have their YouTube channels. They keep sending the request, so please subscribe to my channel. Please forward my link. How does it matter if you do that? You are not going to spend anything out of your pocket, but they might get some revenue out of the channels which you will subscribe and the videos which you will watch, whether having your eyes on the screen or not. So you are just moving here and there, you're traveling, just switch on a video of a teacher. Let that teacher earn a penny out of that. So these are small little things. There are many ideas in which we can contribute to each other. Like in my school, I had started this thing that all the teachers, they started contributing 1% of their salary. And out of the amount which was collected, we helped a few, those who could not manage their job because they were on contract, their contracts could not be renewed. So we helped them financially as well. So if we could do it with 1%, maybe some others can do it with 2% or 5% also. And like Manish sir was saying, I truly agree with you that each and every business, each and every job, everybody in the whole world have suffered. But because the topic today was teachers' well-being, so I focus majorly on that. But the same kind of small little gestures can be very helpful if we have our mind open. The world is becoming selfish these days. The way we see that people are treating their own family members who are positive, COVID positive, not allowing them to get inside their home. The people who expire, treating them so badly. The ones who took care of the whole family for entire life, they are being towed away by JCBs. We human beings have lost those moral values, ethical values, which we aspire to teach our students. So it's time to come forward and act in a positive manner for the sake of humanity. Let's do it for all the human race. Let's do it at least for the people in same profession in which we are, and it will matter a lot, believe me. Thank you very much once again.